Well, basically it could be two things. Could be ghost or could be a demon.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 horror movies you shouldn't watch alone.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
For this list, we'll be looking at the scariest films that you wouldn't want to watch alone in a quiet house. Have you managed to watch these movies by yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Paranormal Activity. It's amazing how often low-budget horror movies become cultural phenomenons.
Demons suck. Basically, they're these malevolent, evil spirits that only exist to cause pain.
Made for peanuts, Paranormal Activity captured the collective imagination of the world and grossed nearly $200 million. Filmed simply but effectively, it speaks to the universality of a riveting ghost story, frightening with good old-fashioned ghost scares.
Well, whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't feel human. It feels like a monster.
It's no wonder it quickly entered the pantheon of the greatest haunted house movies. It's certainly not the type of film that you want to be watching by yourself, lest your imagination get the best of you, and you start seeing things that aren't there. Even if you don't believe in ghosts or demons, it'll have you cowering under the covers in your dark, empty house, fearing every little creak of the doors and floorboards. Number 9, The Descent. This movie works wonders with its lighting and setting.
Juno, the noise she's making, she'll bring every one of those things down on her head. As long as it's not on mine.
Basically, it's not the type of thing that you want to watch alone in a dark house. A group of friends and spelunkers enter a cave in the Appalachian Mountains and proceed to get lost and hunted. The film is a masterclass in utilizing setting as a source of horror.
Where are we? It hasn't got a name. It's a new system. I wanted us all to discover it.
Creepy shadows harboring violent secrets, disorienting paths, sheer panic, and claustrophobia all combine to make viewers feel the hopeless fear that the characters are experiencing. Watching it alone will only heighten the anxiety, so a friend is definitely needed for emotional and physical comfort.
Can we get out of here?
Which way?
I don't know.
Number 8, Halloween. It's not considered the quintessential slasher for no reason.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes.
Putting aside its historical context and influential legacy, Halloween still packs an incredible amount of visceral horror. It brings discomfort and violence to quiet American suburbia through the character of Michael Myers. So your surrounding neighborhood won't bring you any comfort.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it or you can help me to stop it.
Furthermore, the movie works equally well as a stalker thriller as it does a slasher. Being watched and hunted is an inherent fear that most people share, and Halloween preys upon that in expert fashion. A viewing partner is definitely required, unless you want to be peeking out the window every 5 minutes.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Number 7, Insidious. Much like Halloween, Insidious attacks the places and people we hold most sacred, in which we feel the most secure, our neighborhoods, our houses, and even our families.
Why would you want to change rooms?
I don't like when he walks around at night.
The movie is helmed by James Wan, who has established himself as one of the most notable horror directors of his generation. In it, Josh and Renee Lambert hope to rescue their young son Dalton from a malicious demon and a hell-like dimension called The Further.
The Further is a world far beyond our own, yet it's all around us. A place without time as we know it.
Not only are the visuals scary, featuring the likes of red-faced monsters and a creepy dancing boy, but the idea of innocent Dalton being tormented is terrifying. Watching this one, even with your family or children, won't be enough to stave off the dread. Number 6, The Babadook. This masterful horror movie from writer-director Jennifer Kent works on multiple levels.
If it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook.
For one thing, it's an effective haunted house film, with Amelia Vanek and her young son Samuel being confronted by the titular creature. Said creature is horrifying, with a pale face, dark eyes, and what appear to be sharp claws. It also operates using themes of familial and personal horror. Amelia is deeply troubled, and the Babadook may serve as a metaphor for her various anxieties, specifically the ones centered around being a widow and single mother. Not only is the film creepy, but it's relentlessly dour and upsetting. The distressing mood that it creates is not one to be experienced alone, because solitude would make it so much worse.
Babadook, duk, duk. We might read another one tonight, eh?
But you said I could choose.
Number 5, The Grudge. In the 2000s, the American horror landscape was greatly influenced by J-horror.
3 of my colleagues, my friends, began investigating the case. 2 died mysteriously, and 1 disappeared.
One of the most notable examples was The Grudge, a highly successful movie that grossed just over $187 million at the box office. While some have criticised the story for being confusing, most agree that the scares are iconic. The scenes involving Kayako Saeki are especially notable, whether she's hiding under the blankets or crawling down the stairs. The nightmarish visuals pack a punch, and the fact that they occur inside a house certainly doesn't help. Good luck climbing the stairs after watching this movie alone.
It is said in Japan that when a person dies in extreme sorrow or rage, the emotion remains, becoming a stain upon that place.
Number 4, Hereditary. The combination of visuals and tone make Hereditary a difficult movie to watch.
Who's gonna take care of me?
Excuse me, you don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
But when you die...
Many of its visuals are incredibly unnerving, balancing real-life horror with more fantastical and otherworldly images that boggle the mind. There are numerous unforgettable scenes, including ones involving a telephone pole and a piece of piano wire. The atmosphere is also relentlessly morose, especially in the second half after a certain tragic event transpires. It's all fascinating, but it doesn't make for a light or even fun viewing experience. This is a deeply challenging film that requires a certain mood, and definitely even a trusted friend or two to get through.
Peter! Get out!
Number 3, A Nightmare on Elm Street. To be honest, even watching this movie with someone else probably won't help. That is, unless you're sharing a bed with them.
What's with the bars?
Security.
Security? Security from what?
Not from what? From home.
A Nightmare on Elm Street is so successful, not just because of Freddy Krueger, although he is iconic, but because he preys on a universal fear of nightmares. And not just nightmares, but the complete inability to sleep and the resulting mania that comes from it.
I locked it all up. I had to. Nancy, you are going to get some sleep tonight if it kills me.
These characters literally mustn't rest, lest they be hunted and killed by Freddy in their dreams. We think of our beds as a safe space and cherish our sleep, but A Nightmare on Elm Street brilliantly subverts those beliefs. Dreaming of Freddy Krueger would be the scariest nightmare of all.
Come on, Freddy. Can't you catch me?
I'm gonna split you in two.
Number 2, The Strangers. What works best about The Strangers is how it so effectively and utterly betrays the idea of home comfort.
Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home.
The thriller from writer-director Brian Bertino was reportedly influenced by the Manson family killings, in which violent individuals broke into homes and murdered the occupants. In The Strangers, couple James Hoyt and Kristen McKay are intruded upon by a small group of masked individuals who take great pleasure in tormenting their helpless victims.
Why are they doing this?
Listen, I don't want you to think about that, okay? Don't think about it.
Home invasion thrillers take advantage of a very natural fear of being intruded upon, and The Strangers is one of the best examples of the genre. It'll have you peeking at every darkened corner of the house, so don't be left alone, for your own sanity.
Is Tamara home?
You already came by here.
Are you sure?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Ring. Perhaps the most notable example of the 2000s J-horror craze, The Ring does something amazing. It makes phones scary.
Your phone rings. Someone knows you've watched it. And what they say is, you will die in 7 days.
Well, not just phones, TVs too. Watching this movie alone is just inviting unbearable paranoia. Samara can attack through the television set, so you'll fear your own TV. She also calls people to inform them of their impending deaths, so that's the phone taken care of as well.
7 days.
And good luck falling asleep with the disturbing images from the tape burned into your memory. The Ring knows how to warp the everyday for its own scary designs, and it's very successful in doing so. Now, go check your voicemail. You might have a missed call.
You don't want to hurt anyone.
But I do, and I'm sorry. It won't stop.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.